Okay. Okay. Here's our book. It's called The Philosopher's Club. Which came first? The chicken or the egg?
The chicken.
What? How did the chicken come first? Doesn't it have to hatch from an egg? There has to be an egg for there to be a chicken, silly. Oh, don't you know the chicken had to come from the egg? But wait, where did the egg come from if there's no chicken to lay an egg? What in the world? Oh my goodness, how did an egg just appear in thin air without a chicken to lay it? Oh my goodness, these philosophical questions are so purging.
I know.
Wow.
A plant
Uh-huh.
made an animal. And it was like,
What? It just came just like that. Just peep, 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 rah, 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 and then suddenly there's an egg. My goodness, these philosophical questions. Why does one of them have to come first? You know. Maybe they come at the same time. All of a sudden, poof, there's an egg and there's a chicken. Because all chickens have to be hatched from eggs. Then the egg came first. But where did it come from? I think it's made of pre-egg parts that somehow came to form the egg. And where did the parts come from in the first place? Where did anything come from? Where did it all come from? Yes. Yes. Speak up. Go ahead, Clyde. Go ahead, smile. Let's hear. How?
There was water,
Mm-hmm.
and there's plants in the water,
Yeah.
and then poof, there's something that's in the water.
Oh yeah, little crazy little things in the water, huh?
Yeah, and it was an animal, and then poof, there's an island.
Yeah.
Poof, there's an island. Poof, there's an island. Poof, there's an island. Poof, there's an
And
island.
then all the little animals and little critters started coming onto the land,
Yeah,
right? And started to
turn into animals.
yeah, rather
Yeah.
than just like mammals in the water.
Yeah,
Animal insect type things in the water.
yeah, and then they turn into bees and all kinds of insects and animals and then human and then monkeys crawling on the trees
Yeah.
and then poof, humans.
Yeah. And then poof, an egg, hatch a chicken.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's made of pre-egg parts that somehow came from the egg. And where did the parts come from in the first place? Where did anything come from? You just answered that part. Thank you very much. That was a brilliant answer. Questions, questions, questions. What is first? Was there a first chicken, a first egg, a first kiss, a first, a last, a first last? Tricky. Was it first last or last first? Tell us, Gaia. Teach us. first? Is every new moment a first? Every new moment is a first. We're first, we're first, we're first, we're first, we're first. It's a first. It's a first moment. It's the first moment to read this page in this exact moment. And now it's the first moment again that we're seeing each other in this moment. It's the first moment I'm seeing you. Is every first a beginning? It's a new beginning. It's the first time we're reading this book on this day. It's the first time we're reading this book. This hour, the second, this minute, or this minute, the second, is the moment in which a chicken hatches from an egg, both a beginning and an ending. It's the ending to the egg. Huh. The egg is gone. The egg is broken. And the chicken's no longer the egg. It's a chicken though. It's a new beginning of a chicken. Okay, so the chicken. What is philosophy? Philosophy is the study of why. It's finding the answer to who am I and why am I and where am I? Who am I? Who am I? Why am I? Where am I? That is philosophy. Kaya, who am I? Where am I? Why am I? Philosophy is also an ancient Greek word.
Excuse me, you guys are in a house.
Hello.
Yeah, and you are.
But why are they? Why are they?
Why are they what?
They. Why are they who they are? Why?
Monkeys came.
And the monkey started eating bugs and getting smarter.
Yeah.
What is wisdom?
What's wisdom?
Philosophy. It says philosophy is also an ancient Greek word that means love of wisdom. Do you love wisdom?
No.
Tell me your wisdom. You
I
love
don't
to
know
tell
it.
me your wisdom, your philosophy. What is your wisdom, your philosophy? You speak it every day. It's humor. To be silly, that's your philosophy, isn't it? You've got a silly philosophy. Silly, 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 silly. Why is she here to be silly? Who is she? She's silly. Where is she? Where? She's in Silly Town. But there's always more and more to know. How could you ever know if you knew all there is to know? Do you think Mommy knows all there is to know? Do you remember asking me, how do you know everything? How do you know all these things? Do you remember asking me that? Yeah, you used to ask me how I know everything.
Oh.
I said, how do you know all this stuff? Because you could just ask me questions and I'd answer your question, huh? Because Mama knows a lot, huh? The more that you're on this planet, you know, you learn more, huh? But then the more that you learn, the more that you know how much you don't really know. You're never going to know. Because there's too much to know that you're not going to be able to know. Should I keep reading? Wisdom is what you get as you learn and know more about yourself and the world around you. Wisdom. Questions. How can you love wisdom? Is there such a thing as bad wisdom? Do you love your mama's wisdom? Or do you love your wisdom better? Is there bad wisdom? I think there's definitely bad wisdom. Bad wisdom is thinking that your baby doesn't need you and that one day they'll get older and then want to know everything of your wisdom when you were never with them and taking care of them. I think that's bad wisdom. I feel sad for any parent that has that wisdom.
I like my mommy's wisdom.
What kind? What part of it?
But she tells me everything.
They answer all your questions. And that I let you lead the way. I let you teach me your wisdom. Show me what you want, what you need. You show me. You show me. I just don't like your tongue wisdom. I don't like the wisdom of your tongue. Your partner one day will love the wisdom of your tongue. It's a cute little tongue. It's the cutest tongue I've ever seen. It's the sweetest little tongue I've ever seen. But I don't like wet kisses from my baby. I just like the sweet kisses. Okay. Okay.
Read it.
Is there a difference between knowing and learning? Is there a time when you just know something? You just know it. You don't need to learn it because you just know it. Or do you need to learn everything?
And you learn everything.
Oh. Well, how can you use what you know in good ways? What do you know? And how do you use it for the good? You know how to be healthy. You know how to eat healthy foods. And the healthy foods you put in your body can make your body better and healthier, so you're using it for good. You know how to be sweet. And you can use this sweetness to make the world a better place. You know how to be sweet. You know how to help people and animals. You can help. You know how to do the dishes. You know how to play. You know how to include your friends. You know how to give. You know so many things. You know how to ride your bike. You know how to ice skate. You know how to swim. You know how to do Legos. You know how to do everything. Everything. What do questions have to do with philosophy? Questions. That is philosophy, right? Because the more questions you ask, the more you know. The wiser you are, the more philosophical you are. How do you know when you know something? How do you know when you know?
Have my mommy or daddy teach me?
How do you know that you know?
Hard to say.
How did you know that you know how to ice skate? Did it work for you? The way that you learned to put one to do it? Did that work to keep you skating? Keep you afloat on the ice?
No, I watched everybody do this. So I tried doing it, and I kept holding on to the branch, and then I let go and keep doing it, and I did it.
So you realize that you know how to do it, huh? You realize that you know. So when you know something, it just kind of makes sense and you can do it. But what if it's not physical? What if it's mental? How do you know when you know what's real. How do you know when you know what's real, Kaya? How do you know? How do you know? You're not dreaming right now? How do you know that there's no monsters? How do you know that you know? How do you know? Maybe when you're little you don't fully know, huh? You're still learning why. You gotta learn how is it that there are no monsters, huh?
Stop saying monsters.
Oh, sweetie. You see, I'm a little baby to learn philosophy. There's no monsters.
Stop saying monsters.
Okay. Oh, sweet baby. Remember I told you, the only bad people are people that are hurting other people. And hurting animals and hurting the planet. They're not really bad people, they're just people that don't really know how to be nice to the world and other people and other things. And so, or the monster inside of ourselves, when we treat others how we really don't want to treat them, and that part just comes out of us, huh? We can kind of be not meeting other people's needs for respect. And then there really are no monsters, not even real monsters, like people. They're just animals. Lions,
Stop.
tigers,
Stop.
right? Those are real. We're monsters. For other animals, we eat other animals, so we're like the hunters. We hunt. It's not a monster, it's just a hunter. We say thank you so much, animal. We needed to eat. And you're going to add your nutrients back to the earth, the parts of you that we don't eat. And then when we die, we add our parts back to the earth too, huh? We can add our whole, contribute our bodies to the sustainability of the earth, just as we eat other things, plants and animals, and that sustains the earth. So yeah. Okay. What do questions have to do with philosophy? How do you know when you know something? You know something is your senses. You can feel it, you can see it, you can hear it, you can smell it, and you know that you're smelling something, right? Because you feel your brain tells you that you just smelled it.
Mama,
What?
let's not actually answer these questions.
Just read it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What is violence? Violence is someone hurting someone else or something on purpose. But what about when two planets collide and destroy each other? Yeah, they didn't mean to do it. Violence is always hurting something, but it's not always bad. I kill germs when I wash my hands with hot water and soap. That's good violence because it keeps you from getting sick. It seems like violence always changes things. Is change a kind of violence?
Wait, didn't it say it was scary games?
I don't know if it's a scary game or not. Questions. What is change? Does violence always do harm? If two planets collide and no one's there to see it happen, has violence occurred? Can colors be violent? Is disrespect a form of violence? Is love violent? Can you do violence to something that isn't alive? Can you be violent towards a rock or a table?